Hello everyone. So let me show you some of the Power BI capabilities of Lextech Global Services. So this is my first dashboard, which is CFO dashboard. We try to bring every single information any CFO requires in any trading and manufacturing organization. If you can see that this is the first interface of Power BI, and here in the left hand side there are years where we can select multiple months. So it's the first quarter of 2016 and how it's being the performance is to act for actual budgeted and last year, and what exactly is a percentage to budget, percentage to last year, and the same way is for the four major KPIs: revenue, gross margin, EBITDA, and net income. So let's assume that you analyze first three quarters and you want to analyze now 2016. So here is a filter clear option, and then you can have 15, 2015. You can see March. So or you can see July, August, any specific month you can analyze the major numbers of an organization, and then it's your choice. You want to drill further to net working capital, receivables, payables, inventory aging, profit and loss, trial balance, and balance sheet. So in this demo, I would like to show you ACR. So when I press account receivable, I get this screen. This is the dashboard that allows you to analyze your receivables by customer or by sales rep. So example, you want to start the analysis by customers, you choose any specific month. So it lets you have the analysis for that particular month of any customer. So overall, the days receivable target is 75 days. You can see the target days is 75, but actual days receivables are 84. So you want to control that. So you can see like if I choose Coca-Cola, the days receivable for that particular month is 73. But if I choose PNG, the days receivable is far more than the standard. So that's why the color coding is helping me a lot. So all my customers are available here, so I can choose anybody and I can find the days receivable. Same way is analysis by sales rep. So when I come to sales rep and I choose a month again, and here I have same my Susan, Patrick, and Matrick. These are the people who are having the overdues, and you want them to collect it. So if you want to say Susan, what are the customers of Susan? So you can see here the PNG is linked to Susan, and what is the overdue and all that information in the bottom chart, which you can further zoom, and that's the standard features of Power BI. And also you can see here I'm showing last 12 month sales, because this is very important to calculate days receivable. So that's all in the receivable side, and you can come back to your home page, and then in the home page you can go to any other dashboards. Let's assume we're going to receivables again with more details. So this is the receivable detail session where we are able to see far more details. Like if you have Ali Hassan is one of them, so Ali Hassan picture is showing, and what is his over sales in receivables, and how the customer net change happened, and at the same time the numbers, what is the balance overdue, percentage, at the same time provisions, at the same time net overdue, and days sales receivables. Out of days sales receivable for Ali Hassan, what is doubtful debts, bad debts, and 121 to 180 days. So if I just see 121 to 180 days, this is really painful because it will end up getting into doubtful debts. So that's what you need to trace, track, and make sure that this gets controlled. And also if I go to the next screen, credit review. So this is one of the most beautifully designed application, because you choose any customer which example you wanted to analyze, and then system is going to show you the credit limit, the target limits, and then bad debts, legal cases, contribution margin, gross profit of that particular customer, year on year sales, how every single month of 2020, and since when the incorporated. So it was incorporated in July 2020. Since now, what all business is being done. So every year it's 2 million business. And not only that, what collections we have made from. So it's also equally 2 million or around 1.3 million. So that's also a very beautifully designed dashboard. that gives you information of one customer for sales, collection, credit, bad debts, contribution, gross profit, which salesman takes care of it, which country does it belongs towards, payment terms, what is outstanding, overdue. And you can see here on the right side, uh, contribution margin and gross profit. So you can see here that anything required for a customer is in this single screen. So we don't need to go anywhere. So and anytime there's a credit approval coming for any customer, you can find it here and take decision. The next dashboard is aging, which is very much normal. I mean, that's being like as we expect, brackets, customers, sales reps, and then you have here provisions. So AR provisions are automatically calculated by the system based on the formula of bad debts, and at the same time, you'll be able to see here the by many uh, different dimensions like salesperson or by customer, by country, and you can take this to map as well. The next dashboard which I would like to show you is sales dashboard, sales analytics, which is more onto the profitability side of month over month by each customer. So profitability by dirhams or by percentage, it's your choice. At the same time, you can have here many dashboards. So you can have here sales analysis, salesperson analysis, region analysis, segment analysis, cost volume performance overview. So let's start with the sales analysis. So the first one is top 5 sales reps, top products, top smart narratives, and at the same time you have here month on month sales. You can get it for each of the year, and at the same time you can get it for each of the customer or product group. So if I say my steel group is performing how, I can easily see the trend for steel group. At the same time I can see overall. So that's very much simple sales trends. But I would like to show you something very beautifully done for sales rep analysis. So you can see here. So far we have here John Derrick. So when I say John Derrick, yeah, the performance of John Derrick in these groups, in terms of largest to smallest, is very beautifully being shown up, and at the same time it is showing the business done by John Derrick by each month on the top. So now in the center chart, you can see here by each month the quantities sold. So example, if there's a vegetable and oil or dyes and tools or cattle field, anything, any group if you want to choose. So that particular group is having a quantity trend, sales trend, average selling price trend, contribution margin trend. So this gives you the complete detail for any individual. Same way is for other sales reps. Anytime you can just choose uh, Kumar or John or Sanjay, anybody, and then it lets you have a trend. And not only that, you can see it for the previous years also. So that is the way it is being put together, so that we can directly pinpoint not only the sales and targets but to the profitability as well. So the next dashboard which I would like to show is obviously by region, and you can see here which group of Middle East or Africa, how they are performing, what are the customers in the Middle East. So if I select Middle East, so these all are the customers of Middle East, and what are their product groups, and by each year. So, I mean, steel is always the best. So, how the percentage has changed, that's what it is being shown here very clearly. So, it was 38%, it is 38% current year, and then it was 42%. So, it means that the consumption has reduced. So, sales rep picture can here also be brought up, and region map also can be brought up. So the last, and then the segment analysis, and then the cost volume. So same way segment, you can have your customers linked to some special segments. So this may be a special segment, and then there can be a C segment, B segment, A segment, and how each of the segment is performing for AED as well as in the percentage. So, I mean, this is very important that how customers are trending on terms of the sales. So, example, sometimes if you see Alain has increased the business from 5% to 8%, and then to again to 5%, again to 5%. So, which means COVID might have impacted it, but sometimes customer seeing the quality issues, they drop the business. So that's what is important. So here you can see that here is no business coming here, and suddenly we get the business from this new customer. And last year we got it. And airline company is something which left us back in 2019, but they rejoined us in 2022. So we won them. That's a great thing. But we lost Beverages LCC in 2021. We don't have any business for these customers. So this is very very important when it comes to sales analysis. And you see here you have here by product segment, or you can hear by customer segment, or you can have here by customer class. So it's like it covers most of the things for sales analysis. That's what I feel like. But yes, it is always can be improved based on the business requirements. So last is CPV overview. In the CPV overview you can see here that we came to here for each of the quarter. We can have here cost volume analysis for our raw materials like iron steel consumptions, aluminum consumption. So how that is getting transformed into the sellable volume for any customer or any product, for price trend, for margin trend, and for sales. So if I proceed with iron and steel, I can see that the consumption and the sales volume is how, at the same time what margins we were making, and at the same time what pricing we were being offering. So I mean, this is what we tried to make sure that it covers most of the functionalities of a sales. So let's proceed further with our next dashboard. So the next application in Power BI is supply chain analytics. This is the favorite one for me. Uh, so we will target three KPIs in this application: days inventory, provisions, and NPI. Days inventory will help us to control the procurement, so that we lock the procurement on days inventory, and in order to make sure that we don't over procure, and at the same time we make sure that it is based on the plan. And then provisions, so that we take action on inventory movements that are already old, so that we reduce our provisions in the coming time also. And then non-performing inventory. So both are same actually. Non-performing inventory is also something that is going into provisions, so that we can control that. So let's get into NPI analytics. So this dashboard is built with an intention that we control inventory by days. So example, if I say show me inventory that is greater than 474 days, and what is the highest value item. So if I select these two items, so you can see that these two items are carrying some provisions, and they are really in the side of 474 days. So you can see here that we have inventory. At the same time these are the two items whether belonging to raw materials. So when I further go to the drill down feature of this, and if I press this, I'll be able to see the more details like item group or anything which you want to put. That's one thing that I can see. So here, we can take a copy of this item and go ahead and take action to make sure that this get moved, because otherwise the provision is going to increase. So that is the direct answer, actionable information that we got from non-performing inventory. So not only that, you can do it in another way, where you can reach out in a way that you choose spare parts, raw material, consumables, or SFG, like this. So if I choose raw materials, so total inventory 7 million, and this one is 0, and I end up with some of the numbers on the raw material in the bottom side. So I can just dump this data and take actions. So the second dashboard which I would like to show is provisions. In the provision dashboard, we are showing what are the items where the provisions are being there. So one of them was the same item which we chosen in the previous dashboard, and then you need to take action on these top 10, top 20 items which are showing in the chart also. So you can just select these items and take action on them. If you every day take action on few items, you may end up resolving the problem of provisions. So now see, when I selected these items, I want to see what would be my provision after 60 days. See, the number have shown up here. This means that the age is 1406. So after 60 days, the age will be 1466. So the new bracket will come. the provision having some formula. So new bracket will add additional provisions. So which means if you don't move this item for another 60 days, or move means consume this item for another 60 days, then the provision will increase. So this will directly impact our BNL. So that's the benefit of forecasting on in the Power BI. So let's go to our next dashboard, which is very important, and you will really love how we'll control purchasing. So in the purchasing, I have taken some example. So this is actually a purchase assistant that allows us to control purchasing. So it allows us all history of purchases we have done so far. So I'll choose 2022 for first time. So let's assume that you got some purchase order, and in that purchase order there is some item. So you search that item here, and that item will show you that this particular item is having what is a stock quantity, stock value, purchase pipeline, count of orders. So you can just see that there might be some pipeline. Yeah, in the 2021 there is one open order for this item, and 2022 there is no open order for this item. So this particular item we will analyze, and we can say that why, when we have days inventory, so or not. So we have here 128 days inventory. So why we need this item to be procured? It's already in the stock. So let's go to our next dashboard, where which is called aging. So we can say that the aging of this particular item is only in 0 to 180 days. So they don't it doesn't have any aging in the rest of the dashboard. So even you can just remove this item and find aging for all of your products. So that's a beauty. I mean, anytime you can come and again you can search it the same item from which we have started. And now this particular aging, we are going ahead in consumptions. So how this item got consumed over time. So this is very beautiful linkage between procurement, consumption, days inventory, and finally it will allow you to take a decision. So here I have managed to see that there is active item is moving. So even if it is having days inventory of less than 180 days, still but it is moving. So we need to further drill down on the pricing side. So when we reach out to purchase pipelines, so we will know the exact PO number, which PO is open here. So this is a PO 1066 opened in 2021 for this item with supplier Zouden, and PO date is this, and this is being the invoice amount is 46,000, that is pipeline invoice. So this is a pipeline amount and pipeline invoice. So then here I want to understand that are we okay, so far we understood that this is important procurement because the item is in regular consumption. I don't want to analyze this, but let's analyze another item. So this item, when I put up, so there are two pipeline POs. So if you can see here, inventory days is also 12. So obviously this is a good item to procure. But let's see the pricing for this particular item. So when I go to price trend, you can see here that this item was supplied by two suppliers, and two suppliers you can choose one of them to see 1.79 pricing and 1.73 pricing. So you can take action that 1.73 or 1.79. So that is the integration. You can see that how deeply it's being done, so that you start from non-performing inventory to provisions to purchases to aging to consumptions and to price trend. And we are also in progress to add here sales forecast, so that you can link the purchasing with sales forecast. So these all are the dashboards. Thank you so much, and we will be adding many more dashboards, and we'll keep you updated.